Hi everybody, it's Catherine from In the Pink Designs. My project today is a treat box that holds the chocolate eggs. I got the Hershey kind. They do have these at Dollar Tree also, but they're a different brand, and my kids and I and my husband don't like that. There's certain, when they were little, they would take whatever candy they got in their basket. Now they're older, they're getting a little bit more picky with what gift they get. I used Springtime Joy stamp set, the Flowers for Every Season 6x6 Designer Series paper, and some layering circle dies along with the Magenta Madness in color ribbon. Okay, and we started out with Daffodil Delight Cardstock. And it is 8 by 6 inches. We're going to start on the 8-inch side. And we're going to score at 1/2, 3, 4 1/4, and 6 3/4. Turn it to the 6-inch side, and we're going to score at 1 1/4 and 4 3/4. Alrighty. Now we're going to fold and burnish. It got to 63 degrees here today on Long Island. So nice. There's nothing like that first couple days when it gets warm after that long winter. Alright, I didn't do this one. Alrighty. Now this is what we want to do. Okay. Not too bad. We're going to get rid of this rectangle. This rectangle. This is the skinny rectangle on the right hand side. This square, this rectangle, and this square. Okay, and then we're going to add a window in there, which is optional. You don't have to do that. Alrighty. So let's start with the long skinny rectangle on the right hand side, and we're going to take out the bottom one and wedge on the one above it. Okay, then just go follow it up, wedge into this long rectangle, and take the rectangle that's above it off nice and straight. Okay, all right, we're back to the bottom. Keep this rectangle edges straight and this straight, and then we're going to wedge the square in the middle. Move over to this side of the longer rectangle, straight, and wedge the two sides of the square. Alrighty, now we're going to turn it around so that the skinny rectangle is on our left. This is going to be our flap. The flap is going to be the piece that's closest to the skinny rectangle. So we're going to leave that nice and straight, and then we're going to take off all of this, which is a square, a rectangle, and a square. Okay. And that's what it's going to look like, just like that. And I'll let you take a screenshot if you would like to. Alrighty, now I'm going to use the corner rounder on the Detail Trio Punch, and I'm going to round the corners of the flap. Okay, now before we put our box together, we have to put a hole here, and before we put a hole there, we have to put our Designer Series paper on. So we need 2 pieces, one for the front and one for the back, that are 3 1/4 by 2 1/4. That's going to go on the front and the back. And one piece that is 1 inch by 2 1/4, and this is for the flap, so we have to round the corners on one side of that. And that's going to go right there. Alrighty, now we just need some Stampin' Seal. And now on the one that's going to have the hole in it, I'm going to put probably 2 extra on the bottom and the top, just because when we cut the hole out, I want it to kind of stay good without any separating of the paper and the cardstock. Okay, now for the circle, I'm using the layering circle dies, and the actual cutout is about 1 3/8, okay, that we're going to use. Okay, I'm on my third try now. I've made so many mistakes. The first one, I said that I didn't want to get a fresh piece of tape, and I should have because it slid down. And then on this end, I made it in the wrong place. The hole has to go, so now we know. Now I know exactly not what to tell you to not make the mistakes I made. The hole that you cut with this has to go in the flap that doesn't, in the piece that does not have the flap at the top. Okay, so just kind of center it towards the bottom and put a nice piece of tape on there. Let me get a fresh one, but I don't want it, I'm gonna just put it on my hand a little bit so that we get a little bit of dullness, because it will rip my paper right off. I need to get some purple tape, I think that is. All right, so now what you're gonna do is just fold this under, because nothing is gonna even come near it. So I'm gonna cut this out and hopefully we're in good shape. Okay, I'm so glad it worked this time because I was out of this designer series paper now. All right, so I cut out with my scalloped circle a piece of Magenta Madness, and I'm just going to center the smaller circle that's the same size as that right in the middle as best I can, and then I'm going to cut this out. Alrighty, so now I have the border. Okie dokie. Alrighty, so what we want to do first is put our window sheet in, and this is a little short, but it should be 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 for your window sheet. And if you're going to put something in here that's in a cello bag, you don't need to have the window sheet if you don't have any or you don't want to do it. But if you have things that are small, put one on the corner, one in the middle, and one on the corner on each side so nothing slips out. Okie dokie. So we want to put our designer series paper on first, then cut our hole. Whoop, don't put that on. Then glue our border around the window. I'm just going to try to put this as little glue as I can so it won't squish out. If you put it on, I've done this in the past, if you put it on after you put your window sheet in, and even the littlest bit of glue on your window sheet looks terrible. So, okay, there we go. That's on now. And now we can put our window sheet on the opposite side. There you go. Okay. Now we need our tearing tape. And we're going to put it on the skinny rectangle. And then this is going to be our front. So we're going to put it on the skinny rectangle and then on the back of the flap that's below the hole we made, the window. Alrighty. get that all the way over to the score line. So I'm just going to put another piece down here. Alrighty, and I'm going to put 2 pieces on here. Alrighty. Okay, so we're going to fold that and fold the other side to meet it. And then we're going to put down the sides and the back, and then we're going to glue these. Okie dokie. So there's your box. Alrighty, now I'm going to fill it with about, I think, 10 to 12 eggs. But you could put other things in here too. It doesn't have to be the chocolate eggs. I just like how the foil shows through. Alright, so get them in there, and then we're going to do push with the pointer, squeeze with your thumb and middle finger, and there you go. It goes just down to where it needs to go on the side. Okay? Alright, now we need a 1/8 inch finger, hole punch, and I'm just going to punch 2 holes right in the middle. I think it's about 3/4 of an inch from each side, just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to make a mark where those holes are, and then I'm just going to punch them again. There we go. Alrighty, and then we need, I think it was, I can't remember now. I'm going to, well, let's just see what we think once we get it in there. All right, first you have to put it, you're going to feed it through the holes in the body of it. Because you want to remember, the person probably, if it's not a child, if you give it to an adult, they're probably going to want to retie it. And you want to have your ribbon long enough so it's not too difficult. Alrighty. So I would say about 16 inches. All right, and then we're going to cut it. Just gonna get them long enough. Okay, then I'm going to put it through the top hole, each side. Alrighty, then close it and pull them gently. And just make sure that both of your sides are about even. Oops. There you go. All right, and then you just want to make your loop through. And then we're just going to tie a bow. And if you have thicker ribbon, you could just tie it once and it'll just be pretty. But this is kind of thin, so I want to tie a bow. Okay, yeah, this 16 might be a little much, but I'd say probably 14. Okay, there we go. There's our bow, and I'm gonna leave them kind of long because I want them to have enough room to retie it. Alrighty, so that's our box. Now we're going to do some stamping. We need a piece of Whisper White. And we're going to be using the bunny and the chick from Springtime Joy and some Tuxedo Black ink. Okay. That's a little messy, so I'm going to put one there. And then the chick. Okay, and now I already have one that I stamped, so I can color it right away for you. All right, so first we'll do the chick, and that's light and dark Daffodil Delight. And I'm just going to go, I'm going to color the wing and under the wing and the wing that's behind. And then I'm just going to make a border around him. Okay, just like that. And then I'm just going to color it in with the light Daffodil Delight, except for the beak. Ooh, I got his beak a little. All right, doesn't matter. All right, and then we're going to get dark pumpkin pie, and we're going to do his beak. Okay. Now for the bunny, I'm going to do light smoky slate, and I'm just going to put a little bit of shadow on the edges of him. Under his chin, under his paws, along the face, and just underneath everything, under the flowers, and then on one side of each of the ears, so makes them look a little more 3D. Okay, and for the flowers, I'm going to use the light Flirty Flamingo. Yeah. Okay, on this one I did Balmy Blue, because there were some blue eggs, but I want to do this one pink. And the flowers are light Mossy Meadow, the leaves. Okay. And I already have two nicely cut out, so you don't have to sit through me doing that. Alrighty. Okay, what I did was I just used dimensionals. And I just did it so that the bunny's ear kind of stuck over a little bit off the edge. And then for the chick, he fit a whole one on his body, but I'm going to put a mini on his legs just in case. On his head is the big one, and a mini one on his bottom area. Alrighty. And I just put him, I nestled him in with his wing kind of over the bunny. Okay, and then I just put some Wink of Stella on the chick, because they're always kind of sparkly in my eyes, and the flower. Flowers. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. And if you need anything from Stampin' Up! And you don't have a demonstrator, I would be happy to help you. And please subscribe and hit the like button if you like this video. I will see you next time. Bye.